Advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon. I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to our hacker. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an Hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brand, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Advocate and a published.
Welcome back from the break. Let's take some news that made the headlines during the week. The federal government, through the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, says it has suspended the operations of the MAX Air with effect from midnight 31st January 2025. This comes on the heels of the airline's incident involving the airline's aircraft with the registration Mark 59MBD, which suffered a tire burst on landing at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on Tuesday, 28 January 2025. And Vice President Kashim Shettima has returned to Nigeria after his engagement at the 2025 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Mr. Shettima, who represented Nigeria at the annual Global Economic Summit, presented the nation's investment opportunities to a global audience. And in business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has waived a non-refundable annual license renewal fee for existing bureau de change operators. In a circular sent to BDC operators and stakeholders in the financial services industry, the bank said the decision follows an ongoing transition to the new BDC regulatory structures. And outside Nigeria, a Nigerian-American woman, Victoria Ogunremi, has returned the cash sum of $5,700, which she found in the toilet at her workplace in New Jersey, United States of America. According to a report by the News Agency of Nigeria, the gesture has been described as one of the remarkable acts of honesty and kindness by most Nigerians living abroad. And President Felix Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of Congo insisted on Wednesday his troops were mounting a vigorous response to Rwanda-backed fighters advancing the country's perennial troubled east and slammed the international community's silence and inaction. Hamas has handed captive Israeli soldier Agambega over the Red Cross in the Gaza Strip. The first of its hostages said to be released on Thursday as part of the ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Hamas is set to free 2 more Israeli hostages as well as 5 Thai captives, and Israel is to release another 110 Palestinian prisoners and a third such exchange since fighting paused earlier this month. And now to other issues. Market operators in Abuja are to be profiled before they are allowed to operate. Interesting. Commissioner of Police of the FCT, Olatunji Dizo, says it has become necessary because of the volume of items believed to be proceeds of vandalism and critical national assets recovered by the Joint Task Force operation.
This is the outcome of weeks of a Joint Security Task Force operation in Abuja. Sewer manhole covers, grading sheets, stripped electrical transformers, industrial scaffoldings, armored cables. These are just a few of the items recovered. Theft of manhole covers and vandalism of critical national infrastructure assumed a worrisome dimension recently, prompting an order by the minister to crack down on perpetrators.
The Abuja Market Management Limited, under the directives of the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, has mandated all Pantika market operators to To report for profiling and registration as follows. Number 2, Judah Street, Wuse Zone 6, Abuja. Date, Wednesday, Friday 5th at 3:00 p.m. The public is reminded that scavengers remain strictly banned within the Federal Capital Territory. Protection of public infrastructure. Residents are urged to consider public infrastructures as collective property.
The task force recovered the items mostly from scrap markets, also known as Panteka.
Several major Panteka markets raided include Dede Panteka, Kabusa Panteka, Dede Outway Lane Panteka, Zuba Panteka, Impape, Jabi, and Nyaya Panteka. As a direct consequence, this act of vandalism, several areas including Dawaki, Impape, Nyanya, Karu, and surrounding communities have been plunged into total darkness.
Now, law enforcement agents will be tightening the noose on the activities of recyclers and scavengers in the FCT and beyond.
And join me via Zoom for more on this conversation is the Secretary, FCTA Command and Control Center, Dr. Peter Olumuji. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me this morning. It's a great pleasure.
Great conversation we're going to have because this is indeed a very serious matter. This is great news to see that the FCTA swung into action when the issue of vandalism was raised by concerned citizens. How was the command able to achieve this feat? Let's start with that first.
Yes, firstly, we want to say that the security of lives and property is one of the cardinal responsibility of government, and that also we also want to appreciate the FCT residents for standing up and rising to the new challenge, because I call this a new challenge. The command was able to achieve this feat because of the support the Honorable Minister, FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, have given to all the security agencies. You remember late last year, we had a rising case of vandalism of manhole covers and some other critical national infrastructures. And this became a worrisome development in the Federal Capital Territory. And the minister had to summon an emergency security meeting with all the relevant security agencies led by the Commissioner of Police, FCT, to that meeting and gave them a marching order to clamp down on this dastard act. And after then, a task force was established called Operation Sweep, and they had a mandate to operate for the first 1 month. And that has started, the operation started with good success. In fact, we started raiding most of the Panteka market. We started with the Dede Panteka market, where we recovered a lot of manhole covers. We've gone to different Panteka markets. And within the 2 weeks operation, which is the task force started their assignment, you could see the great success story that we've recorded so far.
So, you know, I like the fact that the FCT command they were able to put their heads on the ground and, you know, get information from the people. A lot of times people park their cars outside and, you know, that's very funny. They wake up without their batteries or side mirrors in the FCT. Do you think this operation is now sending a strong message to those scavengers who do this kind of heinous act? Because it's just very funny. How can I park my car outside and the next day I can't find the battery? It's gone. That's very ridiculous.
Yes, you know, this particular operation that I've started, is an intelligence-led operation. And we had to get the buy-in of the resident of FCT. There's no way you park your car outside your compound and somebody will come and remove your battery or the tires or any part of the vehicle, or even vandalize a critical national government asset, that somebody within the community would not see something. But the unfortunate thing is that before now, when they see something, they don't say anything. But we're able to carry the community along, the community leaders, the traditional rulers, and the rest. So they now believe more that anytime they say something, their identity is kept confidential. And that is why we're recording this success story. Those criminals also live within those environments. And once the people reporting, the residents know that when they pass this actionable intelligence to the relevant security agencies, an action will be taken and the identity will not be revealed. Then they give us more information. And that is what has led to what we are seeing today. And the vandals are being told to leave FCT or they face the wrath of the law.
Okay, so I'll just ask you this last question. We still have an issue of the influx of these scavengers into the FCT, and that's a serious challenge. How can this be curtailed to ensure that lives and properties of residents are protected? Because that is the function of every serious government of the nation. Oh, okay. I hope that we can just be able to get him to answer that question, because that's a serious issue. I remember that, the Lagos State government are also battling, these kind of issues where, scavengers just come to. Okay, so I heard you're back now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So
yes, I said.
So I was saying that we still have an influx of these scavengers into the FCT, and that's a serious problem that we have. How can this be curtailed to ensure that lives and properties of the residents are protected?
Yes, as at yesterday, a stakeholder meeting was held with all the Panteka Scavengers Union, and the FCT Commissioner of Police was clear in his address to them. Now we are going to be profiling them. We have been able to identify 11 Panteka operators only that will be operating in the FCT. Any other one that is not under these 11 mentioned will be treated as criminals. And one of the challenge, even the Scavenger Leadership Union even raised with us, is that before now, when they report to the police, these criminal elements among them will come to attack them. But the good news is that the FCT Commissioner of Police have given them that assurance that nobody will be able to attack them, because right now, the profiling session will commence today, and it's going to take a 1 week. It's going to take a week long, and after then, anybody that is not cleared or profiled by the security agencies cannot operate such business in the FCT. This will automatically be able to ensure that those criminal elements that have been involved in this acts before now will not have a breathing space, because now they've told them in that stakeholders meeting as of yesterday that if any item is traceable to their market, then the leadership will face the wrath of the law. And these are economic saboteurs, and it has a lot of negative implication on the safety of the resident of the FCT, which the Honorable Minister, Barrister Yansi Wike, is particular about. So the Riot Act have been read to the leadership yesterday, and I know that the FCT residents will now have a fresh air to breathe.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Peter Olumuji. Thank you. And thank your boss, Olatunji Diso, for the wonderful work they're doing to make sure we don't have these criminals around. Thank you. We'll go on a break. When we come back, it's cancer awareness. Don't go on, we'll be right back.
Life is politics. In Nigeria, almost every part of our lives is touched by the politics